Hi everyone! If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll notice that I really love meatballs. I have an Italian version and a nice turkey version too. But today I'm going to be making some Greek meatballs, and these are really outstanding. They have beautiful flavors of oregano and allspice and cinnamon, and then they're going to be in a wonderful tomato sauce that's also Greek inspired. We're going to top them at the end with some crumbled feta. This makes a beautiful dinner. These are very freezable too. Please find the ingredients listed below in the description box, and please find the full recipe at Diane's World Cooking. I'm also on Instagram and on TikTok. I hope to see you there soon. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would love it.
I'm going to peel and chop a red onion. You could also use a sweet white onion. Put this aside. Here I have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and I'm going to add 1 egg to it right now. Later on, I did do another egg. Here's Italian breadcrumbs. I have a little under 1 cup. Now I'm starting to add my dry spices. I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of dry mint, but you can also add about 1.5 tablespoons of fresh mint. We're adding about 2 teaspoons of dry oregano. You could also substitute it with a few tablespoons of fresh oregano. And here we have cinnamon. We want about 1/4 teaspoon. You could add a little more if you wanted. And here we have paprika, also 1/4 teaspoon. Make sure it's not hot paprika. And here's the ground allspice, 1/4 teaspoon. And 1 minced garlic clove. I'm going to take 1 cup of that red onion I diced and add that to the meatball mixture. Mince a small handful of fresh flat leaf parsley. If you don't have it, you can use some dry parsley too. Add your parsley to the meatball mixture. Now I want to start mixing it with my hands. I got partway through this and thought, I really need 1 more egg. I should have put 1 more egg in, so here it goes. This really made it way moist in the end. Make sure the ingredients are really thoroughly mixed. I'm going to bake my meatballs at 375 degrees, and you'll see that I have a piece of parchment paper. It makes it all so easy. I crumble it up first, and then I lay it out. I'm going to make about 20 meatballs out of this, and they're at about a 3-inch width. Making your meatballs on the larger side does let them stay nice and juicy. If they're a little too small, they dry out too fast. Bake them in a 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes, and meanwhile, we're going to start making our sauce. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to a large, heavy-duty pot. Now we're going to add the rest of our red onions, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of either kosher or sea salt, and what this does is it sweats the onions so all the juices get into the mixture. Cook your onions for a while till they start really getting soft, and then we're going to start adding our cinnamon sticks, our oregano, and our bay leaf. If you don't have cinnamon sticks, you can use about a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. That will work too. These flavors will really create that wonderful Greek flavor in your tomato sauce. When you see your onions are really soft and a little bit golden, it's time to add tomato sauce. This is a crushed tomato. Always make sure you use a really good quality tomato, even if you have to spend a little bit more money. Here's our bay leaf. We're going to take that out later along with the cinnamon sticks. I'm adding 1/2 cup of dry red wine. This is going to make the sauce a little bit rich in flavor. If you don't drink wine or you don't want to have any added to it, you can leave it out and it will be just fine. Put a lid on your sauce and cook on low for about 20 to 30 minutes at the most. Every once in a while, stir your sauce. Tomato sauce can stick and burn very easily, so keep an eye on it. Our meatballs are done, so now I'm going to add them right to the sauce. But before I do that, I want to take out the cinnamon sticks and the bay leaf. You wouldn't want anyone to eat these by mistake, so get them out. Add your meatballs to the hot sauce and cook for about 10 more minutes. I didn't cut one of my meatballs open to check and see if it was done. It really was anyway, but I would say if you're not sure, always cut one open and make sure it's not pink inside. Totally cover your meatballs with the sauce, then put the lid on and cook it for those 10 minutes, but you really could keep it simmering for another 10 more minutes. That should be just plenty. I'm going to get some barrel-aged feta ready. Make sure your feta is not crumbled. You want to buy it in a piece that's packed in water. Just take out the small piece that you need and keep the rest in that liquid. It's got to really stay in that liquid or it will dry out. You can put that right back in the refrigerator. So I just have a small piece. I'm going to top maybe 3 meatballs with this, and this is plenty. Just break it apart with your hands. So it's time to plate my dinner. I think I'm just going to take about 3 meatballs out of this. Oh my God, the aroma is just amazing if you could only smell it. Make sure that you get some of that great sauce on it too. These reheat really well too. You could eat these for a few days and they just taste wonderful. You can also freeze them like I mentioned. I wouldn't add the feta on them until I thawed them out and warmed them up, and that's when I would add the feta to the top. I like keeping the feta this size. I really don't want to get it too much finer than that. There's something about a little bit of the chunkiness that's just so cool on these meatballs. What a great new meatball dish this is going to be for you. Now I have to do my tasting.
So the meatballs are done and I am hungry, so it's time to taste. I like to cut my meatballs in half and then in half again. I'll make sure to get a little bit of the feta along with the meatball. I'm getting those incredible spices that we mixed in with the meatball. I can taste a little bit of mint, a little bit of the cinnamon and allspice. They're really wonderful. Please make these soon. I think you're going to really love them. The meatballs came out so tender too. I have to say that they're just lovely and they're soft. They're not hard. A little bit of feta with that. This would be great with some rice pilaf, maybe some string beans, or just a nice cucumber salad. Thanks for watching. I hope you get to make this soon. Have a great day.